If I were the king of Taunton town, I'd wear a sword and a golden crown. I'd ride up before when we went to war, with soldiers to follow 100 or more. But I'd rather be tending my sheep. Yes, I'd rather be tending my sheep. My ewes and my rams and my little young lambs. I'd rather be tending my sheep.
Yeah, it's all braided up so that you can just pull on it and it undoes as you go. So there's a whole tradition around sort of fishermen's jumpers, and that each family would have its own designs. So they would have specific elements and combinations of stitches that they would include in their jumpers. And so they are a way of sort of storytelling through your clothing. And that's what I really love, like being able to make choices about how you make something to tell a little bit about yourself. Yeah, so I spend some time spinning yarn, just enjoying a bit of slow craft, taking time making things and enjoying the processes, and trying to encourage other people to do the same. I'd got a drop spindle and I wanted to work with some local wool. Jen and Andy were the only people who had fleeces online available for sale that they would post to me and I didn't have to go and collect.
If I were a Bristol merchant man, with silver to collar and silver to hem, and fine chests of gold a sight to behold, those thieves and those robbers, they would soon make me whole.
There's a bit of chaos in here at the moment because it's in between shearing seasons. Where we're trying to go at Fernhill Farm and lots of other farms within the UK and around the world is to promote a holistic way of farming, a regenerative way of farming, that we're not just sustaining things, we're trying to improve. Right, these are the boys. Lovely coloured one here. So we shear to a pattern all the time. Sheep comes out. Jan, I'm going to shear a sheep. Do you want to come and do the wool? With fashion, I've probably gone the opposite way. If everybody's wearing a label, I won't wear it. I like to be independent, I like to be original, and I think that's how nature is. A lot of it will come with a brand on it, so I would say the brand owner needs to be responsible for what they put their name to. The fast fashion, wear a garment once, throw it away, really confuses me. Client number one, done.
I actually think wool is more beautiful on the sheep, even than when we wear it, but we have to take it off because it is kind of a semi-burden. Wool is partially man-made and that it is a natural fibre, but genetic selection by humans because we wanted clothing. So that's why we have to use it, because the sheep is still growing it for us. And it's such a shame. Wool is only 1% of the global textile industry. 1%. That is just rubbish. It's on every continent because sheep and humans have evolved simultaneously. So we have always relied on the sheep for our survival. So wherever you find humans, you will find sheep.
Hand knit socks, again, not necessarily fast fashion, take about an hour, hour and a half a pair, but they will outlive any multi-pack of commercially produced socks you'll ever buy. Obviously, we work from the other end of the scale, so we're producing the fibre that obviously some of our customers do go on to the fast fashion. And it has been interesting for us with some of the conversations we have had. Personally, myself, I wouldn't know one brand, one designer from the other, but obviously do fully understand how over the last 40, 50, 60 years, the use of wool in our fashion and other natural fibres as such has obviously rapidly declined in favour of synthetics. And unfortunately, that is one of the reasons, because of all these steps we have to go through to get to that end product, that it does make it slightly more costly than a mass-produced synthetic fibre being churned out from a molten liquid in a machine.
We all think that clothing is something that we don't need to invest in. That's wrong. It's the same as food. We should always put our investment in what we wear and what we eat, because actually that's what is keeping our own inner self clear from pollution. Because the skin is the biggest organ, so it's all over our body, and what we wear absorbs through our skin, and we don't even think about it.
Well, most textiles now are synthetic fabrics, which are made from plastic and are petrochemical derived. And so not only is that a resource that is slowly running out, it's also massively polluting both in its production, and when you wash synthetic fibres, you're releasing microplastics into the water. And I think people are only just beginning to realise the scale of the problem. Our planet is having a tough time. There are a lot of resources that are being depleted irreplaceably.
This is a natural fibre, and it is not from a mining industry where we're mining oil from the Earth's resources. You know, that is the biggest issue. This is here, right here under our nose, and we're just not using it.
What have you found, Andy?
Worms. It's fairly simple, but we're all a little less intelligent than sheep, I think. So we're just following what the big shepherd says we've got to do, and it's wrong.
The sort of national picture and obviously the global picture at the moment, is going through some challenging times, but history has said that we can get through this, and everyone working together. There is no reason why solutions can't be found, and obviously, hopefully, the whole world can be back in harmony soon.
We've got to stand on our own 2 feet. We've got to understand what the soil is offering us, what the planet can offer us, and has done for thousands of years until big business took on. But that's got to come from consumers to go, we quite enjoy living on planet Earth and we want to stay here. And those who are making money out of us are doing it to the detriment of the planet and ourselves.
And, if this jumper wears through somehow, or I decide that I don't need it, and I can't rehome it with someone else, I can completely guilt-free put that in the compost pile, and in a year, it'll be gone. And what the sheep were eating to grow into the wool that's then been turned into yarn, that's then been turned into my clothes, will then just return into the grass that the sheep will eat again. And I feel better about that than about a lot of other things.
But I'd rather be tending my sheep. Yes, I'd rather be tending my sheep. My ewes and my rams and my little young lambs. I'd rather be tending my